Hello everyone, this is Sanskruti Belekar from class 9. Today I would like to present before you a PowerPoint presentation of biology on the topic the fundamental unit of life. And as we all know, the fundamental unit of life is a cell. So let's start with our presentation. What is a cell? Cells are the basic building blocks of all living things. The human body is composed of trillions of cells. They provide structure for the body, take in nutrients from the food and convert those nutrients into energy and carry out specialized functions. Now let's observe the diagram of the cell. This is the diagram of the cell. Here, nucleus is present at the center of the cell. It is bounded by a cell membrane. The ground substance is known as the cytoplasm and the organelles present in the cell are mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, lysosomes, ribosomes, Golgi apparatus, etc. Now let's look at the definition of the cell. The basic structural and functional unit of our life is called as a cell. Cells are of different sizes and different shapes. For example, nerve cell, bone cell, blood cell, etc. Organisms can be classified into two types on the basis of cells. First one, unicellular organisms, and the second one, multicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms are the organisms which are composed of a single cell. For example, bacteria, etc. Multicellular organisms are the organisms that are composed of more than one cell. For example, plants, animals, etc. What is a cell made up of? Now let's study the structure of the cell. Cells are made up of components called cell organelles. A cell is capable to live and perform all their respective functions due to the presence of these cell organelles. All cells have the same organelles irrespective of their function and organism they are found in. That is, let it be a bone cell or a nerve cell or any other cell, all will have the components. These are the parts of the cell. Cell wall, plasma membrane, nucleus, cytoplasm, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, mitochondria, plastids and bacteria. We will study about all these parts in detail. First of all, let's study about the cell wall. The basic feature of the cell wall is that it is present only in a plant cell. Cell wall is the outermost covering of a plant cell. It is secreted by the plant cell itself for the protection of its plasma membrane. Plasma membrane. Plasma membrane is generally the outermost layer in the cells. It separates the content of the cell from their external environment. Plasma membrane is selectively permeable membrane. As it is selectively permeable, it allows activities like osmosis and diffusion to take place. Nucleus. Now let's study about the most important part of the cell, that is the nucleus. Nucleus is a small round membrane-bound structure found in the center of the cell. The fluid inside the nucleus surrounded by the nuclear membrane is called as the nucleoplasm. Inside the nucleoplasm, there is nucleolus present. In the nucleoplasm, there are thread-like structures called chromatin. Chromatin is made up of DNA and proteins. The functions of the nucleus are as follows. The main function is that it is concerned with the transmission of hereditary characteristics from parents to offspring. Now let's move forward. Cytoplasm. A thick solution composed of water, salts and proteins that fills the cell is called the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the ground substance, a jelly-like substance present in the cell. It is surrounded by the cell membrane. The nucleus of the cell is surrounded by this cytoplasm. Now let's study about an organelle which is called as endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is an organelle that extends from the nuclear envelope up till the plasma membrane. They are filled with fluids and carries materials throughout the cell, to which it is also called transport system of the cell. Endoplasmic reticulum are of two types, rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is rough due to the presence of ribosomes. Ribosomes are the sites for synthesis of proteins. So, rough endoplasmic reticulum is concerned with the transport of proteins. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is smooth due to the absence of ribosomes. It is concerned with the transport of steroids and thyroid. Golgi apparatus. Now let's study about Golgi apparatus. The stacks of flattened membranous vessels are called as Golgi apparatus. It basically stores, packs and modifies the products in the vesicles. It temporarily stores protein that moves out of the cell through the vesicles of the Golgi apparatus. Lysosomes. Now let's study about lysosomes. The sac-like structures in a cell surrounded by the membrane are called as lysosomes. They keep the cells clean by digesting and breaking the outside materials like the bacteria, food entering the cell, and worn out cell organelles into small pieces. So they are also known as suicidal bags. Cell is considered to be the most important part of the body, and cell can be categorized into two types. The first one is prokaryotes and the second one is eukaryotes. Now let's study about the prokaryotes in detail. Prokaryotes are the simpler and the older of the two major types of cells. Prokaryotes are single-celled organisms. Bacteria and archaebacteria are examples of prokaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells have a cell membrane and one or more layers of additional protection from the outside environment. Many prokaryotes have a cell membrane made up of phospholipids enclosed by a cell wall made up of a rigid sugar. Now, let's study about eukaryotes. Eukaryotic cells are thought to be the most modern major type of cell. All multicellular organisms, including you, your cat, and your houseplants, are eukaryotes. Eukaryotic cells seem to have learned to work together to create multicellular organisms, while prokaryotes seem unable to do this. Eukaryotic cells usually have more than one chromosome, which contains large amounts of genetic information. Within the body of a multicellular organism, different genes with these chromosomes may be switched on and off, allowing for the cells that have different traits and perform different functions within the same organism. Eukaryotic cells also have one or more internal membranes, which has led scientists to conclusion that eukaryotic cells are likely evolved. Now let's study about cell division. Cell division is of two types. First one, mitosis, and the second one, meiosis. Let's study about mitosis in detail. This is the process through which identical daughter cells are formed through replication and the original replication of chromosomes. The daughter cells are identical to the parent cells in that if the parent cell is diploid, then the daughter cell will be diploid as well. During mitosis, the replicated chromosomes are positioned at the middle of the cytoplasm. They are segregated so that the daughter cells can get a copy of the original DNA. Now, let's study about meiosis. Meiosis is involved in the production of sperm and eggs in individuals who can sexually reproduce. This process reduces chromosomes by half. In this case, when a sperm fertilizes an egg, the zygote that results has a full set of chromosomes. A cell that undergoes meiosis therefore divides two times, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. The diploid 2N parent cell results in 4 haploid gametes. Thank you. Hope you all understood the chapter, The Fundamental Unit of Life. Thank you.